Now I'm posting this video with this incredibly milquetoast title, Moral Fashion, to discuss the issue of transgenderism and the transgender ideology that is permeating Western society. Sorry about the mess behind me, by the way. I'm doing just rearranging stuff in the office. But anyway, I'm actually building a really cool desk, as a matter of fact. But anyway, let me get back to the topic at hand. This whole transgender ideology, it's a new morality. It's a new morality saying that basically, transgenderism is good. It's not a mental illness. No, it's actually a moral good. In fact, this is the reason why a lot of parents, insanely enough, are essentially encouraging their children to become transgender. Yeah, you're seeing it with, I think it's Warren Beatty's kid and Angelina Jolie's kid, or one of her kids at any rate. I mean, she's got like a whole schoolroom full of kids. But anyway, the point, it's become fashionable. And why is it becoming fashionable? Because, see, people think that it's a good thing. And this is very interesting because it shows you how malleable morality really is. That which is considered good and that which is considered bad can change awfully fast. I did a big webinar on morality a few weeks back. Morality is something that is weighing on my mind very heavily for different reasons that I'm not going to get into in this video. But I want to explain to you that, see, morality is very flexible. There is no such thing as objective morality. We would like there to be. We would like there to be a single standard of behavior, of that which is good and that which is bad, and we can live our lives doing the good thing, and doing the good thing in a universally acknowledged way. But the fact of the matter is, see, there is no universal morality. There is no objective morality. Morality is constantly fluctuating, and the terrible thing is that sometimes you can get caught behind the lines when that line separating good from evil moves in a direction that you hadn't anticipated. This transgenderism stuff, for instance. I mean, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it was perfectly fine to say that, people who suffer gender dysphoria are mentally ill and we should treat them. You say that now and you're going to get lynched. Oh, yeah. I mean, being transgender is like the in thing. It's insane, but it proves the point that I'm trying to make, and it's a very important point. Morality, more often than not, is fashion. And you have to be very, very careful. Because, you see, if you are dressed in the wrong clothes, you're out of fashion insofar as your clothes is concerned, or your opinion about music or movies or something trivial like that, no big deal. You wear bell bottoms, for instance. Nobody's going to throw you in jail. Nobody's going to take away your job. But insofar as morality is concerned, that can happen very easily, as a matter of fact. And we're seeing it. This whole cancel culture shit. That's what it's all about. And so you who are trying to make your way in the world, you who see the insanity of this transgender morality, that transgenderism is a good thing, you realize how insane it is, and you have to understand that if you pipe up and say, no, this is wrong, you can get into a lot of trouble. It can potentially destroy your life. Now, of course, this is a terrible feeling. The feeling that you can't speak your mind, you can't say, this is good and this is bad. You can't. Because if you do, your life will be ruined. But that's one of the things that you have to understand as an adult. As a child, as a juvenile, as an immature person, you can live by your principles all you want, yeah, but your principles can easily destroy you. You have to understand that. So my point is, see, you have to know when and if you can speak your mind about some insanity that you are witnessing. Because sometimes you can speak your mind. Sometimes, in the right circumstances, with the right people, that's what I basically mean. With the right people around you, you can speak your mind. But if you speak your mind in front of the wrong people, those people can tear you apart. They can destroy everything that you've built and worked so hard to achieve in your life. Look, it's easy to live by your principles, quote unquote. It's easy to do that, to inflexibly follow your principles and let the chips fall where they may. And it sounds heroic, yeah? It sounds heroic until all of a sudden everything that you spent 10 years, 20 years working for has been destroyed. You're broke, you're isolated, ostracized, and you're practically homeless. They're going to evict you from the house that you used to own but no longer own because you don't have the job, because you don't have the money, because you spoke your mind in the wrong fucking place. You see? I mean, this can happen easily. It's the reason, for instance, in this video that I'm doing right now, where am I posting it? Am I posting it on my CRP channel? Am I posting it on my GL channel? No! No! Because if I do, I can get into a lot of trouble. See? And it's not the issue that I have the opinions, okay? What would bother the people at YouTube, the people at wherever who would try to cancel me is my reach. See? Because if you're in a very quiet, private place and you speak your mind freely, nobody really cares. But if it's out in the open, if it's public, especially with potentially a lot of people who will listen to your accurate critique of some insanity, you can be destroyed, easily destroyed. Mm-hmm. So you have to measure the cost benefit. See? In my own case, I don't particularly care one way or the other about the whole transgender thing. I don't care. It's not a big thing. For me, I find it funny. See? Because I find it amusing that really just 5 years ago, people saw transgenderism as a mental disorder. And now it's normalized and encouraged, fomented, especially among young people. I think it's tragic. Is there anything that I can realistically do to stop it? Not really. Do I really care about this? Does it affect me? Not really. So am I going to throw everything away by making a to-do in public about this particular issue? No, I will not. And you who are watching me, who are presumably fans of my material, you might be upset with me and think that I'm taking the coward's way out. I'm not taking the coward's way out. I'm taking the out of the man who is realistic about the situation. When the moral fashion changes, there is very little you can do. It's very much like a tide, like a wave. You go to the ocean, do you think you can stop a wave, realistically? You think that you on your surfboard might be able to stop a wave in its tracks? No, that's stupid. What happens is that a wave crashes, and then it pulls back. And that's eventually what's going to happen with this whole transgenderism shit. It's crashing right now. It's all over the place. I mean, it's the driving force forward. But eventually, it's going to reach the end of the shore. And then it's going to pull back. And a lot of people who were in favor of transgenderism, who were saying that it was a great thing, they're going to see like, oh no, you know, it was so wrong. We shouldn't have indulged these crazy people. I mean, it'll be way too late. I mean, how many lives are going to be ruined, right? So you have to understand when it is that you can speak your mind and when it's just not going to be useful. When it is that a moral fashion is happening that is pernicious, it's crazy, it's stupid, it's wrong, it's destructive, but there really isn't anything that you can do about it. You have to be able to gauge that, understand what's going on, and not fall for the temptation of being a white knight. Because that's what's really going on. See, every man, man with an ounce of self-confidence and self-respect wants to be a white knight. That's why women manipulate us so easily. You know, we all want to be a hero. Yeah, it's the natural state of affairs of men. We want to be the hero. Because in our own imaginations, we are the hero. We're the hero of our own lives. And we want other people to see how heroic we actually are. And so, a lot of times we decide, no, I'm going to live by my principles. I'm going to speak my mind. And, you know, you get smitten by God or thunder or the society or completely destroyed. Because we want to be the hero. We want to be the white knight. And I suppose this video is basically telling you, look, there's a time and a moment to be the white knight. And when you see that the forces arrayed against you are way too powerful and they will destroy you, then you have to think about it. Think it really hard and realize it's not worth it. Cost benefit. It's not worth it. My ego satisfaction is not worth the destruction of my life. This is an adult situation. These are adult problems that you will face. You have to understand that morality is subject to the whims of fashion, of what people think ought to be good, and then they change their minds. And right now, this transgenderism stuff, it's the moral fashion. And you're not going to change it. Falling on the sword, being the white knight on the white horse and charging against the ogres and being destroyed, it will be for nothing. And it's a very bitter lesson that you have to learn. It's a very bitter lesson because, see, it flies against everything that we want to think of ourselves. We want to think of ourselves, like I said, as heroes. But there's a moment to be hero. A hero doesn't throw his life away needlessly. A hero knows when to strike to have the maximum impact. Because what a hero really wants to do is not be the lone man that changes it all. No, the hero, he wants to be the first man who will drag everyone behind him. But it's not that he's going to drag everyone behind him. They will see by his example and they will follow him. And that's why the hero has to know the right moment to act. It can't be at any random moment. And it can't be in a moment when nobody's watching. A hero has to know, has to pick his moment and understand that sometimes the best thing to do is to wait.